大家好，欢迎大家来到今日点击的特别节目《坦克人的故事》，我是石涛。在《圣经启示录》当中呢，我们没时间跟大家分享完整的概念，但其中一个非常典型的说法就是，最后的魔鬼呢被描绘成一个大淫妇，一个淫荡的大淫妇。那所有的君王跪倒在他的石榴裙下，去乞讨着他那淫荡的酒。这个描绘在今天看起来是非常形象。淫荡不用去讲了，跪倒在他的石榴裙下，同样是淫荡的概念，禁不住他的诱惑，因为他拥有财富，因为他能满足你们的贪欲。那各君王拜倒在他的石榴裙下，在过去的时间里，我们曾经看过很多的一个概念。今天世界有名大的公司，它的财富，它的规模足以相当于一个国家、几个国家的概念，富可敌国。而生意人要的是钱财和利润，在面对钱财与利益的诱惑的时候，就相当于在面对这淫荡的娼妇的诱惑，它是对等的。在过去的时间里面，8964之后筑起的高墙，中共筑起的高墙就是非常典型的防火墙的概念。互联网，人们本来是透过互联网这无形的网络，可以很快的知道事情的真相。中共却把自己的国家沿着边界竖起了一道墙，而这道墙是为了能够持续他的谎言，展现他的淫荡，扼杀这墙内的他自己国民的智慧，封杀掉真相。谁帮他建的呢？外国的大的公司，完全应景了，核对了圣经启示录当中对末日、对最后的那种描述，对最后的大审判的描述。在这其中，国内的一位记者叫施涛，老师的师，那他的故事是最典型的，反映了在这个时代当中的中共的那种霸权、那种强盗、那种诱惑力在世界范围内所造成的影响。
When people in China make the same entry on their Google search engine, they get just 3 pages, featuring maps, architecture, cooking hints, and smiling tourists posing in the square, but not one single image of the tank man.
All the major IT companies in the West have not only embraced the Chinese market, they have bent over backwards to please the Chinese government. They have proposed to tailor their information system to fit the political censorship needs. Yahoo have very early on signed a self-censorship pledge. Google and others have followed.
These companies are absolutely capable either of caving into the Chinese, or worse, in the case of Yahoo and Cisco, just to take those two, of providing them with the technology to identify people and messages that the Chinese don't like. And we already know that at least one person, a person called Shi Tao, has been arrested in China because of this.
Shi Tao was a journalist. His crime? Forwarding to a New York website Chinese government instructions on how their media should cover the 16th anniversary of the Beijing massacre.
Yahoo supplied all the necessary information to the Chinese government, including the time the email was sent, the IP address, and the corresponding PC he used. She Tao was arrested and put in jail for 10 years.
In February 2006, representatives of Yahoo, Google, Cisco and Microsoft appeared before a congressional committee accused of being accomplices of oppression.
Leading U.S. companies like Google, Yahoo, Cisco and Microsoft have compromised both the integrity of their product and their duties as responsible corporate citizens.
We have determined that we can do the most for our users and do more to expand access to information if we accept the censorship restrictions required by Chinese law. Our decision to create a presence, any presence, inside of China was a difficult one. Self-censorship, like that which we are now required to perform in China, is something that conflicts deeply with our core principles.
If this Congress wanted to learn how to censor, we go to you. The company that should symbolize the greatest freedom of information in the history of man.
This was not something that we did enthusiastically or not something that we're proud of at all.
No one had tougher questions to answer than Yahoo.
Women and men are going to the Gulag and being tortured as a direct result of information handed over to Chinese officials. When Yahoo was asked to explain its actions, Yahoo said that it must adhere to local laws in all countries where it operates.
The Shitao case. The facts of the Shitao case are distressing to our company, our employees, and our leadership. When Yahoo China in Beijing was required to provide information about a user who we later learned was Shitao, we had no information about the identity of the user or the nature of the investigation. At the time the demand was made for information in this case, Yahoo China was legally obligated to comply with the requirements of Chinese law enforcement.
My response to that is, if the secret police a half-century ago asked where Anne Frank was hiding, would the correct answer be to hand over the information in order to comply with local laws?
It is that aspect, direct cooperation between Western corporations and the Chinese police, that is of greatest concern.
China have a national program, so-called Golden Share program. It means try to upgrade and modernize the police control system.
Posing as a provider of surveillance technology and database management, exiled dissident Harry Wu contacted local police authorities across China. He says that time after time he was told he was too late. They already had the latest technology from the American corporation Cisco.
Cisco signed a contract with the provincial security department one after the other one. In their proposal, they say very clear that we will help you make your work more effective. Patrol car to patrol car connection, patrol car to police station connection, include the voice identification, the image identification, the fingerprints identification. They training Chinese police to control the country, control the people.
Cisco declined an interview, but issued a written statement. Cisco sells identical products worldwide. It is the customer, not Cisco, who determines how the specific capabilities will be used. But Harry Wu wonders whether Cisco is violating the law.
The Americans have the law since 1989, not allowed to sell any products to China about the detective or crime control.
The law forbids the sale of any crime control or detection instruments or equipment to China. Cisco says that this means equipment such as shotguns, police helmets and handcuffs. Networking products are not covered by this legislation. Under pressure from Harry Wu and Congress, the administration and the State Department are now re-examining the rules under which technology companies should operate in China. But the technology is already there. It has helped make Tankman disappear, and if another should emerge, that technology could facilitate a swift arrest. But in 1989, this lone defiance was an enigma, and the world's press wanted a name for the hero. After 3 weeks of speculation, news broke. He was named in an English Sunday newspaper as Wang Weilin, the 19-year-old son of a Beijing factory worker. Journalist Alfred Lee claimed that friends of the young man said they'd spotted him shaven-headed and paraded on state television. Following his world exclusive, Alfred Lee was congratulated by British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, and the name he gave the Tankman has been used by journalists and commentators ever since.
I published the name Wang Weilin after speaking to 3 excellent contacts that I had in Beijing. These contacts were very close to what was happening in Tiananmen Square at the time. I knew that once his name had come into the public domain, the Chinese authorities wouldn't be able to do anything to him. They couldn't execute him. It would have brought outrage from the world.